And lastly, let me greet these young men who are here from various schools. I know August will be a Women's Month, isn't it? So let me also greet all the colleagues, all the women who work for the department in various levels who are here, and say that we really are hoping that this month is going to be an enjoyable month and a good month for you, for all our colleagues who are women and who work so tirelessly to ensure that, and who lead in many cases to ensure that our department performs to its best. The young men, July was Men's Month, and that's when we had a whole host of sessions with men. I'm nevertheless grateful that although it's now Women's Month, that we are meeting you, young men. It's a very important thing, and besides just you know, the importance of reading, which I'm going to talk about, I do want to say to you that we depend on you really, and we rely on you to ensure that in future we don't talk about anything called gender-based violence, where men, instead of being protectors of their sisters, their mothers, their aunts, that they are the ones who actually you know, abuse them, assault them, and do all kinds of things. And from the young men who are here and their friends who are back at school, we are trying to develop a man who's going to be protective of society, protective of the vulnerable people, and in the main women. Ningabashaya abantu besifazane, ningabahlukumezi in any way, and make sure that your sons don't do that. And we are the ones, it's in our hands as men to ensure that all these things stop. And ngiyathemba ke bafana bami ukuthi nina nizobavikela usisibeni, nenze konke okusemandleni ukuthi baphephile, nokuthi abanisabi nje ukuthi ningase nibenze kabi anytime. Ingakho ngibingelela ngokukhethekile bafana bami. Program Director, it's my singular honor to be asked to give a keynote address on this groundbreaking and forward-looking occasion directed at our boys, themed Becoming a Responsible Future Leader Through Reading and Literacy. And which I think is a very appropriate theme, because leaders are readers, and readers are leaders. If we have a leader really who can read, you must know that that country or whatever program or project that leader is leading is doomed to fail. From the onset, we wish to acknowledge and appreciate the leadership provided by the Minister of Basic Education, Mayor N.G. Mutseha, and our own MSc of Education in KwaZulu-Natal, Ms. Mbali Fraser, for their role in preserving and promoting reading for improved academic performance. We also wish to acknowledge everyone who has, the district directors, particularly in Mgungundo, Willamette and Willamette district, as well as Pinetown and Ulazi, who have made sure that we've got these learners that are here today and are available for this very important occasion. It's an honor to stand before you really to discuss a topic that lies at the very foundation of education and knowledge. Importantly, we are reminded of our first president, Nelson Mandela, who once said, young people must take it upon themselves to ensure that they receive the highest education possible so that they can represent us well in future as leaders. These words talk directly to the theme, the young Madiba, the avid reader in you. You are the young Madiba. There is a Madiba in you that we want to invoke and that we want to ensure that you display in your behavior, particularly as a young man destined to be a leader in future. The PEARLS study in 2021 found that 82% of our grade 4 learners cannot read for meaning. Kuthiwa abafundi bethu 82% wabo abafundi grade 4 batholakala ukuthi they cannot read for meaning. Of course, we've got to explain a bit what the PEARLS study is. It's a study where developed countries benchmark where they are in terms of literacy and their ability to read. And it's in the main developing countries who set those benchmarks. And as a country, we are among the few African countries that actually test ourselves on this. It's a good thing that we do it because it's not compulsory, but we test ourselves against the best and more developed countries, and we generally then do not obtain very good positions of all those countries that take part here. And a lot of people then make a lot of noise about this, and understandably so, because if you are told that 82% of the children that we teach in grade 4 can't read for meaning, it speaks to an education system that's not doing what it is supposed to do. But it's not really all that doom and gloom. It's because of the countries that we are compared against. So teachers must not be discouraged into thinking that we should say classing. But of course, it is a serious concern that the study finds that so many of our young men and women can't read for meaning.